Welcome to the podcast, Organized Mayhem. We're coming to you from 110 South 11th Street, which is the home of Morea and the Rap Shack. And we are here to talk to you about all things Philadelphia restaurant business and everything in between. I'm Cammie, here with my brother Scott and my friend John Lupa. There we
go.
Alrighty, we are back. Woohoo. A little tired. End of restaurant week.
Yes.
I think a successful one.
I think pretty successful.
It is Monday after a restaurant week.
It is.
You had a day off yesterday. How was your day off?
Very good.
I have not.
Tomorrow's yours.
Yeah, I'm feeling good though.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Let's see. Let's recap. First off, we're in Morea right now, 110 South 11th Street.
Correct.
Where we had restaurant week. We're also adjacent to 112 South 11th Street with the Rap Shack. And yeah, what are your thoughts?
Glad it's over.
Yeah, no, it's a daunting task. Restaurant week got a lot of good input from customers, and the staff did well overall. Saturday night was a little interesting. We're on Open Table, and people cancel. We don't charge on Open Table for reservations, so people go crazy. They all of a sudden they put tons of reservations in, they cancel them, and then people are adding more, and then we're fixing tables, and then customers are getting a little annoyed. So we did run in that issue a little bit of.
The last day was definitely the hardest.
I do have a shout out. There was a few tables that we were a little behind on, like 20, even 30 minutes, where I brought people around.
Right.
And we had a customer, it was his birthday. I don't think it wasn't that day. I don't believe, but his name was Eddie. And his family were the nicest people. Went over there and checked on them 1,000 times. They were all just really cool. Listen, things don't always start off well. Sometimes when you're running behind, and they understood. It's the business, and sometimes it doesn't start off well. They were as happy as could be, and we had a few other tables that were just a delight. Then I had a table or two.
We have a couple stories about the inverse as well.
Oh my God! I mean, I had these group of 3 girls. Obviously, I won't say names.
Yes.
They were 10 minutes late. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then they waited because they were 10 minutes late.
We're talking about a full house situation.
Full house.
Yeah.
They were waiting a half hour. I already bought them a round of drinks. They were miserable. So I said, okay, we have a table in our side room.
I don't want that.
I don't. No, the one girl was like, yes. And then the other one said, no, she didn't. So I was like, okay, I'll buy you another round of drinks.
Right. And
we'll get you a table in the regular room. And, okay. So they get their drinks and they're like, well, we want to be in the side room now. I'm like, well, I already gave that room.
Yeah. That table's gone.
That
opportunity's gone.
And
you know what? Do you think they were just fishing for round number 3 of free drinks?
No, I'm a big believer. Like I always say, the customer can be right, and we're here to accommodate the customer all the time.
Yep.
But if the customer's acting miserable,
so miserable.
Yes. So I finally sat them down. I went over their table every time, and I was like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
No more free anything.
Yeah.
No more nothing.
Yep.
Like at some point, it's just like, okay,
I've done everything.
I can. You're the one who didn't want to sit in the side room.
Correct.
I had a table 20 minutes or 15 minutes earlier, and then you didn't want it, and then you wanted it, and then it's my fault. So nothing I can do.
You know what's funny, Scott, from our perspective, and people don't realize this, sometimes us trying to accommodate somebody that's 10 minutes late pushes everybody back like 30 minutes. So then a really nice table, or what was going to be a nice table, you have to make wait a little bit longer. It's kind of the one late person kind of ruins it for everybody because we still have to sit them.
Well, Lupo over here was in the kitchen.
Yes.
And I was in, there were so many things. We didn't even talk about this.
Right.
We had a 12 top that was only supposed to be there for 2 hours.
Which we don't take over 6 normally.
And they kept adding people.
Yes.
And then they were there for 3 hours, even though after 2 hours, I was like, listen, we got other reservations, this and that. I leave. They actually ordered another bottle of wine once I asked them if hey, we have to start moving. They ordered another bottle of wine. So what can I do?
Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Then another table, an 8 top, somehow ballooned into an 11 top.
That was the one that
they just kept adding seats.
Yeah, no, seats kept appearing at the table. Yeah.
So that was unreal. And
there were some funny moments there on Saturday night. I have to be honest, the kitchen at one point was a little slow. And
Yeah.
for everybody that was here, that there was like a theater crowd. There was a show.
by the way, a shout out to Danny DiNardo for giving me
This
the
is actually perfect. Be careful. What does it say? Or you'll end up on my podcast.
Yep. And she also got me this. It was my
beautiful-
birthday last week. A podcasting pillow. Very nice.
I got you nothing, which I guess is. But you said you didn't want anything.
I don't like anything. So my birthday was during
Tuesday.
restaurant week. Was the first time my birthday was during restaurant week. I went home around 4:00. I worked till the morning, which I never liked doing. I was miserable. And I had to get out of there. I never want to work on my birthday again. That was a miserable just being here.
Yes.
Yeah. So what other funny? Oh, I had my favorite complaint during restaurant week was that these were the best lamb chops, 2 orders that two people that they ever had.
Have ever had. Unbelievable. Yes.
Perfect temperature, perfect everything.
Perfect everything.
But they didn't want to pay for it, even though they wanted them well done, because the bone
Had char.
had char on it.
Well, people, newsflash: if you get well done lamb chops, we're going to char the bone a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just the amount
So-
of time it's on the grill.
I was like, let me get this straight. You have the best experience you've ever had.
Ever.
The best lamb
Ever,
chops
the
you've
ladies
ever had.
Yes.
But you don't want to pay because there's char on the bone. That not like the bone where the meat is. The bone
Correct.
where the
where
tip
you're
is.
holding it
Yeah.
up to eat. Yes.
That was interesting.
That's a thinker.
Now, so we talked about a couple of the complaints.
I got
But-
one more for you.
I can't wait for this one.
Seafood linguine came out, and we were doing that. That's actually our partner in crime, Cammie, texting what?
Is everyone okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
We're here waiting for you.
Yeah, this is like our reservations that we're running.
Right,
late.
exactly. Seafood linguine comes out, and the lady goes, "That's not what I ordered." And I go, "What'd you expect, or what were you thinking?" She thought it was seafood linguine meant surf and turf. She didn't know what linguine was. She thought linguine was a type of meat. So that was a good one to, yeah. If you go out to eat, I guess read the descriptions.
You know, like talking to a lot of the customers, they were all real nice. Some of them were good
Great
criticism,
people. A lot of good people.
criticisms that like not even criticism, just like little tweaks and stuff like that. An interesting one, which I haven't tried someone yet and even talked to you about, was putting like a lemon zest on one of the
I like that.
desserts.
Yeah,
So that was interesting.
we did do white chocolate. which
Yeah,
was
white
great.
chocolate, which was
The last day, interesting trying to find.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else?
You know, the thing about it, Scott, we served roughly what? How many?
10,000 meals. I feel like
10,000 meals. How many bad complaints? Maybe
yeah,
2.
Well,
3,
to be
4.
honest with you, we had the ravioli, short rib ravioli was a hit, and that's going to be on our menu full time now. The linguine pescator, which we always had, we did add some scallops to it, and that actually worked out pretty well. I have to make a decision.
Let's say, are you going to keep that?
I have no idea. If I were to keep it, I would add another a few different things. The Morea Caesar, everyone loved. So I mean, and the lobster bisque, of course, is one of our staples. Everyone loved it. It was kind of funny though. One day, you know, we make everything fresh. One day, I said to the kitchen, I go, I think it's a little spicy, and they're like, everyone's like, no. And then I read a couple reviews, and I talked to a few people. They're like, "Yeah, had a little kick to it," and I had to show the kitchen because the kitchen never believes anything I say. But yeah,
Doesn't surprise me.
no. But other than that, I mean, honestly, great reviews. The drink cocktails, I think everyone really loved. I mean, I know they really loved because I think I went to the liquor store about 1,500 times.
Probably, yeah. That sounds,
Literally 1,500 times.
Tequila Sunrise should go on the menu.
We are going to put that on the menu. So he came up with a name.
I don't know
And
if somebody had to come up with that before.
Yes,
I have to.
I'm sure it's trademarked.
Yeah, probably.
My podcast.
Yep. Love it. Yeah, I thought overall you serve so much food and like I mean, we're open at 4 most of the days.
So to give you an example, last restaurant week, we were laughing. I bought so much extra food that we had it for like 2 to 3 weeks later, and a lot of it is fresh, so we had to throw it out. No,
right.
Whatever. It is what it is. I made a mistake. This time, by Saturday night when we closed, I had 1 order of lamb chops left. I had
Maybe 4 soups.
4 soups,
Good.
3 salmon, and 1 lobster.
We played it pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yes.
One of our chefs is here.
One of our esteemed
Oh,
chefs.
shit.
Come on, buddy. Come say
on.
hello.
How was restaurant week?
Fucking.
That's Andres, our
Yes,
chef.
he's very happy. He's happy he's
He
here.
loved our deep fried Oreos. making
Yes.
them
Oh
for
yeah,
all you.
he was our deep fried Oreo
Yes.
guy. So we did deep fried Oreos, which we always do, but we added ice cream to it, and
He loved it.
he loved it. Just to say, just to be honest with you, I had to buy my kitchen staff a lot of Chinese food and some pizza
Oh, thanks.
this week because they weren't the happiest with me sometimes. What
You
else
know
you
what?
got?
It's their time to shine a little bit
Yeah.
and work hard. so.
Yep, I think it went great. They did a great job.
Yep.
A couple of exciting news for us. Starting on, I think the 20th of February, we're moving over to Resy.
Woohoo!
So if you're trying to get a reservation on Open Table, yeah, that's not going to work after the 20th.
Right.
The other thing is, and I don't know if I told you this,
Uh-oh.
Valentine's Day has already booked up.
Are we full?
We are full until
Come early, come late, I guess.
I'm going to take us off right after this podcast. And then if we get some cancellations, I will put us back on. But we want to make sure everyone has a great experience like they did during restaurant week.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Would you consider opening up an hour early
for
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day?
Day?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? All
See if
right.
you can get some
We're open
early,
at 3.
early reservations there.
All right. 3 o'clock. Done.
Done.
Early bird special.
Amen.
There we go.
Love it.
What else you got?
So I'm pretty beat up still. I know I had a day off, but it's just like, oy.
Well, you
I
haven't
can't
said
believe-
anything about Embiid being hurt.
Listen, he scores 70 points. Everybody's all over him. Oh, he's the best player ever. Now he's hurt. Of course. It's so Philadelphia, it hurts. It's so painful how you guys act towards sports. It's a joke. And there's something else I want to bring up, but I don't know if it's appropriate for the podcast. But your number 1 pick, Carter Hart, real class act. You guys know how to pick them. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm sure
Any defense?
the management goes home with them at night. What?
Listen, it goes home with them. You got to read your homework. Do your homework. But real classy Philadelphia. Yeah, I mean, listen. Jalen Hurts was at the Pro Bowl. Did you watch any of that?
Yeah.
He dropped a wide open pass. I mean, hit him right in the hands. That's the
I don't know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to hear.
Oh, boy.
What? I've never.
You were all over him last year. He's the greatest quarterback ever. Unbelievable. Look
You
at how
know I
they
didn't
turn.
fucking say
Look at
that.
how they
You
turn.
know, I didn't say that.
Unbelievable. Typical Philadelphia. Flip-flopping all over town.
Oh, tomorrow we're going to be working on our cake cocktails. We're going to have all new cake cocktails. Not all new,
Different recipes.
definitely different recipes.
Right. We thought that the sales definitely slowed down, and so we're going to tweak them again and probably tweak them to your guys' liking. I think there also might
Yep.
be a slight price cut.
Yeah, on the draft cocktails. I
Yes.
think we had them at $15. We're trying to make them a little bit more affordable. So I think we're going to be at $13, and then we're going to have them on for happy hour as well.
Absolutely.
Probably
Yep.
for $11.
That
So
would be amazing.
and we're also adding to the menu shrimp tempura or
Can't
veggie
wait for that,
tempura.
actually. Yeah, and
Sounds
I'm
like
allergic to shrimp,
yeah.
so it's
A little trick that Lupa has is when he doesn't want to work, he'll
eat seafood.
he'll eat seafood and tell me he's not feeling well. It happens more than you would think. So
You got to try the new products.
yeah. But what I was saying to you, surprisingly, I'm pretty upbeat for a
I feel pretty
2
upbeat,
days
yeah.
after restaurant week.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it definitely. We've had harder ones.
Yes.
This was definitely not the hardest one we've had.
Saturday night was tough.
Saturday night was a tough one.
You know, like I said, I was beyond happy with the clientele. Most of them were very, very understanding.
There were so many good customers. Like,
Yeah.
so many.
We
Way
had-
overwhelmingly
Yeah,
good response.
great response. You know, like I said, you know, we and I try when I'm out here to, if something goes wrong, to fix it and
Yeah.
do it. But some people just, you know,
You can't fix some people.
you can't fix some people.
Right.
And you know what? I'm hoping a lot of the people that for the podcast or from Restaurant Week or listen to this podcast.
too.
I give it a ton of cards.
Yeah.
We also met someone from the box office from the Phillies.
Phillies, correct.
And
This gentleman,
yeah, he had a great meal.
Yeah.
He had a great meal. I think he said he had the short rib.
Yep.
Ravioli. He loved it. And yeah, no, I mean, listen, I thought our staff
Successful.
did well.
Yep.
You know,
it's always funny because for Restaurant Week, we try to staff accordingly, but also Scott's and I are in a complicated game of trying to make sure everybody makes as much as they can make.
Yeah.
And so you're going to run into this thing where
if I have 5 servers on, I get bitched
they're
at.
complaining.
Yeah.
You have 4, we're understaffed.
Yeah.
It's such like, We need a half person. 4.5 would have been the perfect number of people.
Well, I feel like you and I are like
The
3
half. Yeah.
each.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Kind of funny.
even though you didn't witness, you were in the kitchen. So I'm running around like crazy on Saturday night, and I'm killing it. I'm very impressed with myself.
Yeah.
And I turn around in my suit and knock over a glass right
Nice.
behind the bar. Had to melt the ice.
Yeah.
That was just,
Always something.
yeah, that was just middle of the rush too.
Love it.
Yeah. I have to say, I've been not eating so healthy. I'm starting my diet after this podcast as well.
I think you're supposed to start your diet on Saturday.
It was a tough Saturday night.
Saturday,
It was a tough Saturday night.
Yeah.
So
I definitely woke up with a hangover yesterday.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't work tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to have a coffee with Bailey's in the morning.
Love it.
Because that's what I usually do for my birthday, but I worked that day, so I couldn't do it.
That seems so long ago, but it was literally just last Tuesday, right?
It
It seems like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing. Listen, I thought it was a very successful restaurant week. I was so happy with everybody that came out. The weekdays were not as busy as normal, but hey, I think they were all successful.
You know what I was thinking?
I can't wait.
I was watching Dave, wasn't it Portnoy?
Mm-hmm.
Portnoy, his pizza review.
Yeah.
There's a couple things one, I like his pizza reviews. He's actually a really funny guy. I know it'll be impossible to get him on this podcast.
Yes.
But I actually really would like to just sit down and talk to him. He's actually seems like a really funny guy. But he always says one bite for his review.
Yeah.
He takes like 10 bites before he actually gives the review.
I'm sorry to all you younger folks out here. This older gentleman doesn't know much about the pizza review game that Dave Portnoy created, but that is the gimmick. That is the gimmick. He goes one bite and then eats everywhere. Yeah, eats the crust. But that's the gimmick.
But that's lying.
No, it's. I don't know. Do you know he has a frozen pizza?
Wait, it's called what's it called?
One bite.
That's a great name.
It is. So yes, if Dave Portnoy does catch this, we'd love to have him on. Please.
You know how many people probably shout out him?
All the time. Yeah.
But
if you 200,000 views, people follow him and watch whatever he does.
to be honest, I would just like shoot the shit with him.
You know what else? He hates.
You know what I would do? I would actually tell him we're not filming, and then film in the after.
He hates
Just
Philadelphia, but loves it.
Yeah, no.
He calls it the scumbag city.
No, I saw him do some reviews.
Angelo's.
Angelo's is really good.
Yeah.
My good friend who I'm trying to get on, who owns Bardea and Bardea Steak,
Right.
he goes to Angelo's. He's friends with the guys over there. Trying to get him on at some point.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, maybe next, and we're trying to do some more stuff in a studio as well, because we're trying to get our sound system up. We also have exciting news. We're working on 2 sponsors right now that looks like we're closing in on.
We're the only reason doing ad reads and stuff. It's gonna be wild.
The only reason why we're able to do that, believe it or not, is that people like hearing us.
It's wild.
Isn't that wild?
It's crazy.
I don't know if they like hearing you because you talk shit about Philly too much.
Oh, listen, you got to attract a wider audience, and anybody that's ever been to this trash hole knows what it is. So,
the shit I deal with.
You know what I want to talk about real quick?
No, jeez.
No, this is something you'll appreciate this because we're on the path of pizza. Rione, our favorite old pizza place, ran into the owner. He closed after whatever. He was open for a while there. He said he closed because he wanted to spend more time with his family and kids, which, as Scott can tell you, is a good reason to close because if you have a restaurant, there is no time for anything else. But Scott brought up an interesting point. What if we bought the pizza recipe? That was delicious pizza.
You have his number?
No, but Steve does. I can get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got an interesting one for you. And
then Portnoy comes and tries Rione pizza at Morea. Do you see how it's all coming together?
Yeah, but we wouldn't call it.
We wouldn't call it Rione
pizza.
Yes.
I got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting news! I'm actually doing a shout out to my kids.
Yes.
They haven't officially decided where they're going yet, but
by the time this airs,
by the time this airs, so it's not easy to find University of Maryland gear in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania.
So close.
I guess because their sports teams aren't that good, so people aren't like.
Maryland basketball used to be like a thing.
I know.
Yeah.
But my other one is deciding Maya, which we're very excited about, is either deciding between Penn State or Ohio State, and she hasn't made her decision yet. But Penn State, obviously, I can get merch anywhere.
But you think she's swinging which way?
I think she's swinging towards Ohio State. But I can get anything from Ohio State. It's so easy.
It's such a big school.
It's such a big school. There is merch everywhere.
Right.
And yeah, so by the time this airs, you guys, hopefully my kids won't get mad, but one's leaning towards Maryland and the other one is leaning towards Ohio State. And then I have no kids next year.
Wow. That's what, they're dying? Or?
Not dying.
Oh, okay.
They're just away. I'll be the only kid in the house. So,
there you go.
That's the other thing. I want to get my wife on this
She
podcast
has to get
as
on.
well.
Yeah. She was there for our podcast trainings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How we doing?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question.
I guess, you know what? I read something interesting. Only 3% of podcasts have sponsors. So we're part of a rare group.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Well, you have a big mouth and so do I. So
Right.
I
I think
think
that
we can
helps.
help.
Yes.
I don't want to say the sponsors yet because
What if they fall through? Right.
I don't think they're falling through.
Did we say anything bad on this? Oh, I trash Philly a lot. I'm sorry for trashing Philly.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think they'll get over it.
Our sponsors are actually in multiple states.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it kind of,
It's all right.
it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I think this is the last time we get to talk about this. If we go through with it, we might push the date back. Super Bowl Sunday, Rap Shack, win a frozen drink machine.
Yeah.
A very expensive frozen drink machine. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and fill out a little card.
And one of the things that people are saying is like, what am I going to do with a frozen drink machine?
Put it in your man cave. Put it on eBay. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's $4,000. $3,600.
No, 20. Last I checked, it was $3,200.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Yes,
This is a year
It's been
used.
Yes. All the parts are working. Everything
It's
works.
as is.
It is as is.
It is as is, but you can sell it for sure.
I'll tell you this. I imagine having a party and just plug that in outside and throwing some margaritas in there. You'd be the coolest guy in town if you like.
Yeah, you do need a water line.
Oh, you do.
Yes, you do. So you can't just plug it in. It's not like
That sucks. I forgot about that.
yeah. Works it.
You need a water line? Are you sure? I don't think you're right.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong. We're gonna have to research this. Are you sure? I don't think you're sure.
I think I am sure.
Okay.
But now you got me thinking.
Now I want you to think, because who hooked up the water line for us? You and I?
Sean.
No. We got that. You brought it back here, and we plugged it in and started messing with it. I thought.
No.
Okay. You have a better.
That's another person we're going to get on this podcast in the next for an interview. Sean McLean does a lot of my work, fixing stuff.
Yeah.
Basically built my house.
Built a side room.
Built the side room.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my help.
With your help.
Yeah.
It was your idea.
Trying to think what else.
It's over.
It's over. Restaurant week is over. Like I said, we got a lot of exciting things. We're going to be one thing that we are changing. I haven't even told the staff yet. Friday day, at least for February, we're not going to be open at Morea. We're going to take a little break from the from Friday days. We're still going to do brunch on Saturdays and Sundays, which
we want to focus on to make
Yeah.
that really special for you guys.
yeah, we've been doing great with it, but I want to tweak it a little bit, and then maybe hopefully when it gets a little nicer out, add maybe Thursdays and Fridays.
Right,
But for right now, I just want to focus on Saturdays and Sundays. The hours aren't changing. We were talking about tweaking the hours a little bit. We're just going to hold off on that a little bit. You got me thinking about Valentine's Day. All right, 3 o'clock, we're open.
I think it makes sense that way. We should do an early bird, maybe $10 off the prefix or something like that.
All right.
Yeah, just something. Yeah. Something to get people in a little earlier, and for you people that don't like to be out.
By the
in
way, we're
crowds,
doing this on the fly. That is organized mayhem at its best.
That is. I don't like to be out in the crowds. Listen, I wouldn't mind an early dinner on that day. But you're my only Valentine, so that makes it.
Oh, that's love.
Yes.
That is love. All right, let's sign off.
Love
Where do you want to get our podcast?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hey,
We're on
YouTube,
Spotify, X.
Apple, whatever. I think we have to start posting more, like us posting, not videos, but just like posting funny stuff. Like, come visit us today. Scott and I are both here till 9. Maybe people can interact with us better that way. Something to think about. Yeah.
Look at this. We're thinking on the fly.
Love it on video.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today for Organized Mayhem Podcast. Check us out on YouTube, X, our website, rapshackpa.com, and RayofPhilly.com for updates. Once again, welcome to the Mayhem.